What is up, guys? DZ here, and today I wanted to update Gem Knights. I haven't really touched this deck since like a year ago. When Brilliant Fusion first came out, I was actually only really running it in Gem Knights. I put a couple different Gem Knight variants on my channel here, and then I discovered that Brilliant Fusion can be put into everything. And then I kind of dropped Gem Knights, and they've just been sitting in my binder for a while. So I actually think this deck is really fun and can still steal wins. So I kind of want to show you my profile. A lot has changed, not only in the format, but also on the ban list over the past year. So it's definitely some edits that I've had to make. But overall, I still think it's a good deck at a casual level at least. And yeah, here's what I'm playing. So we're playing 3 Gem Armadillo. With only one Mathematician, you need like a good normal summon, and Gem Armadillo is good at that. It's also really good for getting the normal monsters out of your deck before you activate Desires. Obviously, 3 Lazuli as well as 3 Obsidian. Lazuli is probably just better because it can be sent from anywhere to get its effect, but Obsidian is still really powerful. And usually, if you already have like a normal in hand, you're usually searching Obsidian with Armadillo. We're also playing 1 Amber and 2 Lapis, so there's no Garnet in this deck. These are going to be normal monsters. As far as the ratios go, you need to play 3 just because you don't want to banish someone Desires. Amber's useful because it's level 4 and its Gemini effect is actually pretty good because it lets you pitch a Gem Knight to special banish Gem Knight, which combos with Gem Knight Fusion. In that case, it's just objectively better than playing Garnet because Garnet doesn't do anything. And the Lapis, the reason we're playing 2 of this is because if we banish the Amber with Desires, we're like fine. It's not that big a deal. But if you're only playing 1 Lapis and we banished it, that would kind of cut off our winning condition because the win condition is like Lapis Lazuli. So yeah, we need to play 2 of that just for that reason. So that's for the Gem Knights. For the light targets for Brilliant Fusion, we're just playing a Crystal Rose and a Trick Clown. I would play 2 Trick Clowns, but Crystal Rose is better to draw by far. It's kind of like a 4th Armadillo, just a little bit worse. And its Graveyard effect is neat. Yeah, this is an okay card, but Trick Clown can make a rank 4, so that's why we're still playing him. We're also playing 1 Mathematician, and then 3 Terratops and Ticktomborg. So these are all good starter cards. Mathematician isn't as good right now just because it's kind of slow. It's sort of just like Crystal Rose without the name changing effect. But it is level 3, so that's helpful. Opening both of these is definitely good. But Terratop's really good for baiting back row. A lot of people are just going to strike a Terratop. So that's great. But the main reason, if it does go through, the only rank 3 we play is Leviair. Leviair combos really well with Gem Knight Fusion. And then lastly, 2 Maxi. You're always choosing to go second with this deck. There's no reason not to. We're just trying to OTK, not set up a good board. So if you're going second and you want a lot of cards, Maxi's good at stopping your opponent. We're also playing 3 Brilliant Fusion. This is like the win condition of the deck, mainly just because you're not really summoning Seraphonite with this. You're summoning Lady Brilliant Diamond or whatever, which sends 3 Gem Knights to the grave. So you're usually triggering 2 Lazulis off of that, which is just insane. It's like a +3. But yeah, so Brilliant Fusion, 3 regular Fusion. These kind of suck to draw multiples, but you obviously have to play 3, especially with the Volvo Chain ban. It's no good way to get to this. Yeah, I mean, it's a good card. You only really want to see 1 though, but obviously we wouldn't want to play 2 because then we might banish both of them off Desires, or just not see them as frequently. And then we're also playing 2 Absorb Fusion reluctantly. Absorb Fusion is kind of bad because it like restricts your summoning for the turn, which is like super annoying. I don't even know why they did that because it's not like this deck could be broken if they didn't restrict your summoning. But yeah, it's a Rhoda for any Gem Knight. Usually you're grabbing Obsidian or Fusion. The problem with this card is that during the turn you activate this, you're more than likely just passing. So I don't want to play 3 of it. You obviously can't use more than 1 in a turn. Yeah, this card just like has frustrating restrictions, and I don't know why they put them on there, but it's whatever. 3 Desires, obviously, like this deck just wants more cards at its disposal. That's always kind of been the problem with Gem Knights, is they just didn't have enough cards in hand to do stuff with. And this like gets you to Brilliant Fusion faster. And then in this deck, like in actual Gem Knights, you never are really afraid of banishing Brilliant Fusion targets because you can, as long as there's 3 Gem Knights left in deck, you're fine. So yeah, playing 3 of that. And then we have some 2 ofs. Instant Fusion is really powerful. Sometimes, like, the main use is to bring Norden and then bring back level 4 and then make Lightning to do more damage. It's kind of like the updated Diamond Crab King from when I originally was playing this deck. But also you can use it to bring back stuff and use them as fusion materials. So that's really helpful. And then 2 Forbidden Chalice. Forbidden Chalice is really good going second. And a lot of people, I think some people were actually siding it at YCS Anaheim. It's really good against like ABC Buster Dragon if they leave it on the board. It's good against the Metal Foes level 1 guy. It's good against a lot. Good against Dark Lords as well. Just for negating stuff. Yeah, it's a good card for sure. And yeah, forcing Buster Dragon is really good because Lapis Lazuli does 500 damage every special summon monster on the board. So if your opponent tags out, they're putting 3 special summon monsters on the board, not even counting if they had like a Tsukiyomi. So a lot of times you can just like kill them. So that's kind of neat. And then 2 Twin Twisters, back row are like our enemy for sure. I mean, you can like play through back row better than you could back when the deck like first came out, but back row is still annoying, so we're gonna play 2 Twin Twisters. And then just Saki one-ofs, Soul Charger Mageki. I don't know if Soul Charge is like completely necessary. I think Dark Hole might just be a better choice, but Soul Charge is just like sometimes too good not to run in decks like this where you put in a lot of cards in the graveyard, so that's why I played it. For the extra deck, and that's 40 card main. For the extra deck, we have 3 Zirconia. I don't necessarily think this is the best Gem Knight Fusion, but it's only one that we can like always make, because you can make it with like Gem Armadillo, and you can make it with the Crystal Rose when its name isn't changed. I mean, you can make it when its name is changed too, but when you use the Crystal Rose effect, especially summon from the graveyard, you can usually make Zirconia with it. So I think this is the necessary one to play at 3. Also playing 2 Lapis Lazuli. This is our win condition. You can summon 1 per turn though, so there's no reason to play 3. A lot of times you're summoning 1, sending it to the grave, or summoning 1, using its effect to bring your opponent, and then sending it to the grave with Master Diamond to bring your opponent a second time. And depending on how the field looks, that can sometimes just kill them, especially when you add in like the damage of all the attackers and stuff. And then we have 1 Seraphonite, because I mean we're only playing 2 lights. You're really never going to summon this more than once in a game anyway. 1 Prismara, or however you pronounce the guy. He's useful to like getting rid of floodgates, and I don't know, extending your plays sometimes. He's not fantastic. It's not like you want to build your deck around him or play more than 1, but as a utility he's pretty good. And then they're just the 2 big ones. They're both helpful. Master Diamond is almost always just going to copy Lady Lapis Lazuli. And then Brilliant Diamond's really what you're trying to summon off of Brilliant Fusion, because like just sending 3 is really good, and then you can tag this out for whichever one of these you want, or you can get rid of another one. It's 3,400 attack points, so that's just insane. Yeah, so those are all the Gem Knight Fusions. And then for Exceed monsters, we have 1 Levier, the Utopia lineup, Durandal. This is usually what you make going first. You can do a play where you end with like the Seraphonite and the Lady Lapis Lazuli, and then you just make Durandal as like defense. And then 1 Hope Harbinger. That's really like the best rank 8 that you would play in this deck. And like with these guys, you're really just trying to make defense, not necessarily offense. I think it's like the right call, because I think this deck already has like enough offense, but these are like the cards that you make if you like get your opponent down to really low life points, but you weren't able to kill them. You want to have something to like fall back on. I did consider playing like the Galaxy the Galaxy Eyes lineup of Cypher Dragon and Full Armored Metal or whatever. But yeah, I think that's just the best one. And then lastly, just the 1 Norden for the instant fusion. But overall, I think this deck is fun. You can definitely kill people with it. Most good players are going to tag out Buster Dragon and the Stand My Phase or whatever to avoid getting Kaiju'd or anything like that. And in that case, usually just the Lapis Lazuli burn and then the Master Diamond burn can kill them, which is just really funny, actually. But yeah, I like this deck a lot, and hopefully you guys enjoyed the update, and I will see you later. Bye.